everything hurts. Everything hurts. Fucking life sucks. Everything hurts.
Welcome to the Everything Hurts podcast, everybody. I'm Nicole Buchanan. I've got Doug Fager over here in the Tom seat. He's our man meat today.
Hey.
We can objectify. Actually, if you want to just go ahead and take your shirt off now, you can. And then this is Joe Christie. Hey, you were working out over the pandemic, man.
I know, but I'm scrunched. I'm scrunched right now. That's not fair.
I remember I got you to, no, was it? Yes. Cause you asked me if I could get a friend of ours to flex over FaceTime and then take a screenshot of it, like get him to show me his muscles. And I did. I took a screenshot. I sent it to you. So then I did the same thing to you later on.
Are you talking about when you screenshotted the FaceTime and then posted it to Instagram? It made me look like a giant douchebag.
Yeah. But it was because you asked me to do it to somebody else, so I didn't feel bad about doing it to you.
All right, I'll pop it off. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing?
Hell yeah. Also,
just for a second.
Also, you're way less scrawny than that guy was, so it was less. Hell yeah. We got,
no, this looks
sorry.
So washed up. No, this is awful. This is awful business.
I think you
Have
look.
you been tanning?
I think you look fantastic. You also have the exact same amount of body hair as Tom.
I'm so jealous of guys and how you're just able to be hairy like this.
Yeah. I wish I could. I wish I could just
be hairy.
Yeah. But nobody warned me how hairy I would be.
If you
like
just let go.
Just growing up, like I thought, like, oh, it's like you get hair in 3 places and that's it. And it's like, no. We gotta.
This is awful. These lights are washing me.
Do you want me to work on the camera shot for you? You want me to bring the ISO down?
I'm just gonna put my clothes back on.
Don't bring that down, then you're gonna wash me out.
Two different cameras.
Wait, wait. How hairy are you?
Doug, own your shit. How hairy am I?
Do not peer pressure me into keeping my clothes on. That's not.
It's what we do here.
I'm not gonna play this game.
It's what
okay?
we do here.
Yeah, Nicole's the new Howard Stern.
Yeah, that's how she operates.
How hairy am I? I'm honestly not that hairy.
I could braid it.
But
Definitely braided, yeah.
This is not what I showed up for.
Not that hairy, but we
don't
do
sit like that, you piece of meat.
Well, I want to do this. Looks better. I look better like this.
I didn't ask for this.
That is a good look.
What's that? Yeah,
that is a good look there. Yeah. Just feel like that.
This is better.
No, I do. We do get. All right, I'm not going to say we because.
What am I doing? What an asshole.
You got to do that the rest of the interview.
You're doing the Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. He pushes his biceps out.
It's a mistake. What a mistake.
We got a guest here, Jill Chrissie.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry it got off to such a hairy start. But
White man take his shirt off. All right. I am on your podcast.
We like it. I gotta tell you, Jill. Jill was on. What was it called? May I have your attention, please?
Oh yeah. Your attention, please. On Hulu.
She did it's like spoken word, but it's hilarious, and it's like, and she acts it out, and like, oh, I was laughing so hard. It's so great. I love it.
Thank you, Nicole.
You all have to watch it. It's great.
I hope you enjoy it. Nicole's the only one who understands it, so I hope everyone.
Did people?
A lot of people don't get it. I don't think, but it's okay though.
And they told you that?
It's like, you know how people don't say things, they're just kind of quiet.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, if that was me, I would just not say anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be like, I don't get it.
But it's like people who always talk had nothing, and I'm like, that's a bad sign because you always got something to say.
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was
you.
different. I thought it was funny. I thought it was clever. I loved it. And
Thank
you
you.
wrote that too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it was like for my one woman show.
Mhm.
So, one woman shows, like, it's not just like stand up comedy. It's like a lot of different things. And that's what I try to tell people. But it's mostly comedians who don't get it. It's like comedians like despise spoken word.
Yeah.
If you do anything different, they're going to look at you like you're a fucking hack.
That's because they have no other talent.
Yeah. I know. I chopped it up.
Yeah, they're squares.
Yeah.
Any kind of experimenting. It's so annoying.
They hate it. Yeah.
I've always felt restricted by stand-ups. Just
Really,
their
though?
company. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
People who that's all they can do,
Mhm.
they feel threatened by anything else, and they have to convince themselves that no, this is the purest way to do it.
Exactly,
So, no,
exactly.
you just don't know how
Serious
to do
clowns.
anything else.
Yeah.
So they call people like Donald Glover corny.
Yeah.
And he's like
Yeah.
a genius.
Yeah, he made one of the only good TV shows the last 10 years.
Literally. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's something I'm having to teach myself is you're not doing this for comics. You're not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it for
I have to
them.
remind myself.
This
of
isn't
that,
about
too.
them.
Yeah.
Jill,
You know?
put the mic down. I can't
What?
see your face.
Yes. Oh, you can't see my face.
Yeah, we wanna see
Can't
I
see
turn
it now.
around for 2 seconds, Doug, and your shirt is back on.
Because I am a
I can't take
professional.
my eyes off of
Yeah.
you for 2 seconds, and then you don't follow the rules.
I would like to be respected for my mind,
Well,
not my body.
then you're on the wrong
Thank you.
podcast.
Yeah, clearly.
You're in the wrong seat.
We respect
You're in the
bodies
wrong
on
seat.
this podcast.
Yeah, we respect the person in this seat. See, you were on the last episode
Yeah,
in
that's
this
the meat seat.
and I was very respectful. But this is why I like having someone in the meat seat. You know, like you gotta.
You are actually
Thank
really
you.
blown out on that.
It's so blown
Yeah,
out.
you're the
It's
whitest
not even-
person who's sat in
Dude,
that
it's
chair in a
not
long
fair.
time.
I mean,
Well,
here's the
that's
problem. Here's
true.
the problem. I'm in better shape than this camera is giving
you?
me credit for. It's not
I don't
fair.
know the shape.
This is, why do I keep taking it? This is
You know what?
Awful
I oddly
decision.
see what you mean, though. The camera isn't giving you your shoulders.
thank you.
The shoulders are losing
Thank-
it in the camera.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There is it is missing a contour to it.
Yeah, yeah,
This is-
We're keeping all of this in, by the way. Oh man.
Get it.
Yeah, I brought it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
There you go.
Let's go to a dumb bitch news. So here, when we talk about the news, we only talk about news that doesn't make you sad. Because I'm a dumb bitch and I am purposefully a dumb bitch who does not educate myself on anything, so I don't have to be sad. And so,
I get it.
so Brian posted an article the other day, and I was like, "This is hilarious and perfect for a dumb bitch news." You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson, newly hired quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, is under investigation for 24. They always use the term sexual misconduct, which is,
I feel like I need to put my clothes on. for this.
you keep your clothes off, slut.
Having this story read with my
It's
clothes
legal
on.
because I'm not paying him. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll
Well, that's
get
the
to
thing.
that part.
He said happy endings are not. The lawyer said this. First of all, if I have a lawyer on a podcast, you're fired immediately.
Mhm.
Why would my lawyer? But anyway, he said on a podcast that happy endings are not illegal unless you pay extra.
Yeah.
Which my thing is, if you give a woman or whatever, anybody money, and then you
Yeah.
end up coming, that seems like you bought some sex, right?
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I feel like it's not. I mean, if it's consensual, it's not misconduct.
Yeah, but I'm not jerking anybody off without getting paid extra.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why they do it.
Here's
And-
my theory.
And he didn't pay. Oh, so he just got it and then ran out. He didn't pay her extra
No,
on purpose.
I think the lawyer's trying to spin the story to make it sound like it's about happy endings because it sounds like he was like whacking him with his dick and shit. Like,
oh, he was like
do it.
doing some extra.
yeah, yes. And I think of the now that story, that comment is so ridiculous that all you're gonna think is it's a happy ending issue, and he reframed the whole narrative.
Oh wow.
So I think it actually might be brilliant because there might be
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit
really
more
smart.
sinister stuff going on.
because in my mind, when I read that, I was like, well, I guess it's true. Like if they just want to jerk you off and they don't, and you're not paying them for it, then that's just a massage that, you know.
but also,
we just found out what kind of massage therapist Nicole would be. She's like, you want?
I just
I'm
felt
just
like jerking him off.
here.
but I feel like it wouldn't be a scam. Like prostitutes don't sue you for having sex with them. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
there's
true.
more to
Yeah.
the story.
yeah, it's
That's
probably a lot of
true.
unwanted, hey, touch my dick
Right.
situations.
Right, because she's not in trouble, right? Just
No.
They're
No,
not in
they're not in
trouble.
trouble.
okay. So it's not about the fact that it's prostitution.
That's why I feel like it was a smart. At first, I was like, "This lawyer's an idiot," and then I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh wait, he totally just changed the script on everybody."
yeah.
He's got people thinking it's a happy ending
Mhm.
thing. Okay.
Ever since you said whacking them with your dick, I can't stop picturing that. Like,
He was helicoptering them with
Yeah,
his dick,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's at the end. So.
like, how do you whack someone with your dick?
Oh, yeah, you
Oh
can do it.
man.
You can do it.
Oh, you can do it.
Where there's a cock, there's a way.
Hey, suck this. Just whack 'em.
The man is
You
a
have
very
hands.
talented athlete. He can figure it out.
He must be very talented.
Yeah.
He must
It's
be.
like one of
Yeah.
those. What were those weapons that they used to like hit people on the like a slapjack,
A ruler?
like a slap?
A slapjack?
Oh,
You remember those 1930s?
Is it like a
like
baton that's skinnier?
No, it was like a thing that was supposed to knock people out. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jill? It was like, it was like a floppy thing that you would smack somebody on the back of the head with,
like they wouldn't
And-
feel it, like it wouldn't hurt.
and they would just go down.
Oh. I immediately thought about porn when like the guys are like getting filleted and they
Yeah.
use the back of their hand and they hit the back of
Yeah.
their hand rather than the girl's actual back of her head.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah.
Wait, they do
Oh,
what?
Do
good.
I watch too much porn?
Wait, they do what do they do?
They hit like the back of their hand that's on her head. They hit the back of their hand rather than her actual head.
You mean the girl's got her hand back there?
No, the
already?
guy's got his hand behind her head and he's hitting his hand to make it appear like he's like making her head like he's
Go ahead.
like he's putting her, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
actually hurting her, but he's not. He's just making it appear like it's more aggressive than it actually
you ever
is.
pretend to crack an egg
Wow.
on somebody's head and
Yeah.
you hit your fist?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
That's what
Yeah.
they're doing. Okay.
You weren't describing that just by how you were reacting to what I just said.
Is that specifically ethical porn or
I don't know. I think it's just, like you have to do that in a porn studio. You don't
Yeah.
want to hit the back of some girl's head for real.
Well, what I've been told is that I don't know if this is true, but that the sounds in porn are recorded separately, like in a sound booth. That's what I've been told.
You're
What, audio engineer?
doing
I don't-
ADR on your
I don't see that
porn
level of
kid.
production on the shit I'm watching.
Hey, Diamond,
Well,
we need you to come in and give us some more.
Well, and also because like like the slurping noises are just extra, like it's like nobody makes that noise, it's just extra loud. Like I think they have someone come in and like do the slurping noises.
Yeah, juice the slurps a little bit.
Yeah.
I could see that. There's definitely a graphic artist, a graphic designer for like porn like titles and like their
Yeah.
like covers, because you'll see like a whole stream of like I don't know jizz on like this girl, and then you watch the actual video and there's no huge stream of jizz on that girl.
But
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel bad. That's the reason why I turned it on.
it is
Sorry to turn your podcast into this.
this
no,
is
this is what it is.
usually
Oh,
what
this
it
is-
turns
oh, okay.
into. That's what we were just talking about, because the clips online, like it's hard to get, because most of the funniest clips of this podcast is this, but then the Instagram algorithm just buries it because it's like we don't talk about pussy on here.
It
No,
makes
but
sense.
yeah, like it's weird when you realize that there's so many different jobs in porn that aren't the actual.
Yeah.
And I never even think about that, that sometimes I think about the cameraman because sometimes that's, part of the thing. But like usually I just think of porn as like cameraman and porn stars. But there's so many people that are, there's
Yeah.
people who
Do you-
maintain the website,
There's
there's
fluffers.
people who.
There's fluffers.
Do you think in porn they call it a boom boom mic? Hey guys, okay, that's it for me. Okay. All right.
That too. Do they hold like mics over them like that?
It's
like
just
that
another
kinda...
guy's dick. With
I think it depends. I like that. I don't really watch much porn anymore. I kind of quit it. But when
Good.
I had a phase where I was really into it
Mhm.
for about 17 or 18 years. And, I like the iPhone, just regular people with an
Yeah,
iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just like, is that just like couples like recording themselves
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sending it into Pornhub?
Yeah, and to me that's more interesting because like I don't like the like fucking
Whole-
jackhammering.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't
Do
do
they
it for
I
me.
don't like that either.
Do they pay them for that, or do people just like sending in videos of them fucking?
I think you can build like an
know.
OnlyFans, or like if you become popular, you can
Right.
monetize it.
Yeah,
Right?
It's
You
just
think
like being a
because you
comic.
sound like you know. I think what they do is blah blah blah.
This whole studio was paid for by my OnlyFans.
what I do know is that those videos have better lighting than I did earlier with my clothes off.
There's always good lighting.
I'm
You're
not
right.
gonna lie. If I could 100% guarantee that no one would find out that it was me, I'd totally fuck on camera.
Just put a mask
Mm.
on.
I still feel like someone
Make sure
would
your
figure
eyes
it out.
aren't showing. 'Cause people gonna know it's the
They're
cold
very
mechanic.
distinct. They're very distinct. Yeah. No, I feel like I'd just be too afraid that someone would figure it out.
I get it.
You know?
Mhm.
That's the only reason, like, over the pandemic, I feel like every woman had a moment where they were like, should I start an OnlyFans? Because, like, it's just something you can do from home and make money, and, like, nobody's going anywhere and whatever. And we all were just crazy enough during the pandemic to be like, and I, like, at the beginning, like, I was like lonely and needed attention. I contemplated it hardcore, being like, should I just do this? Where was I going with this?
So you did.
Oh, no, but I was like, I can't. I probably, if I wasn't a comic, I would do it, but, like, I can't. I don't want to know that other comics could, like, see me naked, and then I have
Yeah.
to, like, see them around.
Yeah.
Not that comics haven't seen me naked and then I have to see them around, but
You're talking yourself into it.
but I knew that they were seeing me naked because, like, they wanted to have sex with me, whereas this, I feel like a comic would subscribe just to, like, see it and make fun of me or, like, see it just out of curiosity and then be like, it wouldn't be like a sexual thing.
There are a few comics with OnlyFans, and I know several guys who have subscribed for 1 month just to see it out of curiosity. Describing exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not about that. And I don't want them to be like, I just wonder what her body looks like. Because I honestly, like, I know 100% that guys are picturing something better than it is. And so I would rather them just stay in the dark about that, you know?
So are women, though. Like, when you really like a guy, every guy you like has a big dick, and it's not true. It's like you really like him, so you think.
That's true. There have been guys that I've dated and been like, his dick is so big. And then later on, I'm like, wait a minute. It actually wasn't.
More experience.
I was just in love with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, and more experience because, like, yeah, never mind. Never mind. The more
I thought you were
sex.
saying the cock was so experienced that it felt bigger because they knew what they were
Well,
doing.
you
They
know
knew
what?
what to do with it.
Yeah.
That's true too. You know, it really doesn't matter the size. I mean,
How much
after a
size
certain
do you
point.
think love adds?
How much size does
Yeah,
love
like-
have?
Well, I think what it is
Just-
that you don't even think about the size when you're in love with him. You're just like, that's good dick, you know? You're just like, that's really good dick.
Sure.
And then later on, you realize, like, man, it was just average dick that I was in love with for way too long. You know, like, but I don't know.
I think if you have a micro dick, then it's like you could love him and still be like, he got a micro
Yeah.
dick, but
It's like to a certain point, like once it's a certain size, then it doesn't need to. Like, I don't care if it's any bigger or small. You know, like, like it just, there's a threshold that you cross.
A
that then-
threshold.
Yeah, and then it's like it doesn't
Got it.
matter, you know.
Bingo.
It doesn't matter.
Nail it.
There's only 2 guys that I've slept with that I'm like, that was small, and I think the only reason I cared with one of them was that he didn't eat pussy, and so I'm like,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
have a
have
small
both.
dick and not eat pussy.
yeah.
You know, like you
Yeah.
gotta that's your move if you've got a small dick.
Mhm.
Man, one of the funniest things I've ever heard like that was I was at some open mic years ago, and some guy was up on stage bombing, and then he was like a dick after, and this other comic goes, "You can't not be funny and be an asshole. It's like, you gotta be one or
That's
the other."
true. That's true.
And that's, if you have a small dick, you gotta eat pussy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the rules.
I think you just gotta eat pussy.
Okay,
in
say that
general,
again.
Right,
you
no,
just,
I mean,
gotta,
look,
if you got if you have good dick and you're eating pussy, you're just ahead of the game.
Yeah.
You know?
You're an overachiever.
Yeah,
But-
you are.
yeah, an
You probably
overachiever.
got somebody attached to you a little bit too hardcore.
Fucking PhD.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You're right. Everyone should eat pussy, and I think that people who have big dicks will often rest on their laurels, and they suck. Just like I've heard that a lot of times. Like super hot girls will just kind of lay there because they're like, I don't have to do anything. I'm hot. You know?
I don't trust that because every guy I've ever heard tell a joke about that, about how ugly or hot girls are bad in bed. I'm like, there's no way you've ever fucked a hot girl.
Yeah, you don't fuck around.
You
with
don't,
that.
you don't
For
know.
Yeah, how do you know that?
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
don't trust you. And that's also a way of being like, yeah, dude, I fucked tons of hot girls. Like,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
so bad in bed. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
I also usually like look at the guy who's delivering that joke and I'm like, yeah, maybe like she just wasn't that excited to be there with you.
Exactly. If it
Right,
happened at
so
all.
true.
That's someone was telling me a story about how a girl that he had sex with literally made no noise at all, was just dead silent, and he was like, you know, I'm fucking you, right? and he tells me this story, and later on he told me who it was, and then after that, I was talking to another guy who fucked this girl and was talking about how great it was and that she was great in bed. And I was like, oh, I think she just didn't want to be there with you, dude. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, which I respect. I respect that she didn't like fake it or make noises because she thought she
That's
had
ruthless.
to. She just laid there and was like, "Are we done? Are we?"
That's actually hilarious.
You know what I respect? I respect the guy ever sharing that story ever, being like, and she didn't make any noises. If that ever happened to me, I would bury that for her. I'd be like, no way I'm sharing that story with another human. I'd be like,
I was fucking this girl. I was so terrible. She wasn't making any noise. She was just laying there having a bad time.
It felt like a crime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah,
That's
I didn't
crazy.
even think about that.
Mhm.
Then why would you tell me that? I don't know. Maybe
I tell those stories. I
guess,
I'm
yeah,
a fan of
if
telling
it-
my worst moments.
if it's if it's funny, it's funny, you know.
True.
I think a lot of times, like my most shameful moments, I have to just like say it publicly and make it funny because I'm like, well, I mean, that way I don't have to like feel this like internal shame about it. I can just like, you know, be like, oh, whatever, you know. It's like
Yeah.
a defense mechanism, I
Yeah.
guess.
yeah.
It works
Whatever.
sometimes. Because I've
Yeah.
said stuff in public that I didn't really want to say. And I'm like, this will make me feel better. Then I say it. And then people
You're like,
remind me
"Oh,
I say it. And I'm
no."
like, shut the fuck up. I never said it. You know, like, you did say it. I'm like, I wish I never said that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've
It
done
can
that
go
a
either
few
way.
times on stage. Like the worst is when you do it on stage and you're like, I'm gonna make this thing that I'm so ashamed of funny, and then it bombs, and then you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Now I'm extra.
You got to have some
shameful.
peace with it before they laugh. Like they can,
You
they can
do.
feel that.
There's
open
such thing as
wound.
too soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true,
yeah,
that's true, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying not to have shame anymore. I have too much. Some people don't have enough. There's a healthy amount of shame that you should have that keeps you from doing things that are, you know,
Crazy.
crazy and hurt other people's eyes or whatever. Like, you know, like people aren't just like running naked through the streets
Yeah.
and like, you know, but I do think that most of us have too much.
Yeah.
Because nobody
definitely.
cares.
Especially comedians. Like we that's how we work.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
work through shame.
And we think that everyone is thinking about that one thing that we did or said all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
But it's not true. And if they are, if I saw a video of someone saying this the other day, and I sent it to all my most anxious friends because he said nobody is thinking about what you did, which is a common thing that, you know, people say, like, it doesn't matter. It's not like nobody's thinking about you all the time, you know. But then he was like, and if they are, if there's someone that is just so like obsessed with thinking about all the things you did wrong all the time, then you must be pretty cool. Like, you know, like if someone is just spending all their time thinking about you, then they're obsessed with you and
Yeah.
probably a fan, you know?
Yeah.
I have two comics who live in my head all the time, and I'm like, would they think this is funny?
Yeah.
I want to kick them out so bad.
I know.
I hate it.
There's
Yeah.
some people that.
So it's not comics that you are like, that you're like, oh, I hate this
No,
person.
it's that I respect them so much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, those are the people that are in my head all the time
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Of
yeah,
like, I want, and then if you're like at a show with one of those people, you're like, fuck, like what jokes do? I want to do my jokes that kill, but then also I feel like they won't respect this joke, and I feel like like it's. Oh yeah, I have those people too. In general, I think it's the people who don't think anybody is funny, and they just have like a very specific. And I'm like, well, I want them
What
to
about
think I'm
me?
funny because they
Mhm.
don't think anybody's funny, and I want them to think that I'm funny.
I used to have that. It's kind of gone away from me now. It's like there's one in my head that I kind of hate a little bit, and and I realize I do think about them a lot. They're very successful right now, and all I think is, well, if I do that, maybe I get there. I hate that bitch. Man, what are they doing? Looking up what they doing, who's their management team. I'm like, fuck that bitch.
I mean, I
Did it
just
start out
one
as
person.
love?
It started out as like admiration, like I love them, and then when I got to know them, it's like the person was just so mean
That's
to
the
me, and I'm
worst.
like, why
Yeah.
you gotta be so mean and so nice to like everyone around me?
What
Type of thing? So I'm like, I don't know what I did to you, but now you live in my thoughts.
she must be threatened in some way because like
Not a she or a he.
okay, I maybe I just because you said bitch, but that's
A
sexist
bitch
of
could
me.
be a man, but
bitch
I'm
can be
talking about a
man.
woman. Go ahead. I'm talking about
She must be threatened someone because I feel like you're someone that like when I see it's just like I feel like relief in my body
Aw.
because you're just like a warm person, and you're like you're not someone that I could think that would walk in and I would be like, I'm gonna be mean to her unless I'm a terrible person.
Well, I thought about it like this also, like, you know how sometimes you can give off something about yourself that you don't know that you're giving off to certain people. And I think with my admiration towards this person, it annoyed them.
Interesting.
That
Oh,
annoys
I
me.
really like, and it can annoy you.
Yeah. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
somebody admires you.
Yeah, I can't stand it. This kid came up to me and told me that this one bit I had changed the way he wrote jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, go
Get
away.
the fuck away.
And he's a nice guy. It's all me. I know the guy's, there's nothing wrong with that person.
What do
Well,
you
there
think
might be,
you
but I
did?
don't know.
Do you know why you feel that way?
Yeah.
Because I feel that way, but I know why.
I feel like I'm a fraud. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
It's I feel like a fraud, and I almost feel like they're making fun of me.
Yeah.
And when they,
That's exactly what it is.
I know they're not, but I feel like they're like like patronizing me. Almost.
Hey,
That's how I feel.
hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that one of your jokes, it changed the way that I write jokes.
Yeah. You're lying, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm making fun of you.
It's no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
See, when you're making fun of me, I'm comfortable.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my comfort
Yeah,
zone.
yeah, I
That's
got
what
it.
you like
Okay.
about
Got it.
Yeah, you make me
Brian,
feel at home.
But
Yep.
seriously, genuinely, like you're one of those comics that lives in my head all the time. That I'm like, I just want Brian to respect me because,
up.
like,
Shut up. I'm working for you right now. Shut the fuck up. Dude, Fifi, you know Fifi Dash. I know you do because she's a guest on this pod.
I know Fifi.
You know
Dash.
Fifi?
Mhm.
She told me last night that there's because she's in the BDSM world. She talked about it on this pod. And I'm not airing
yeah.
any dirty laundry.
Yeah.
BDSM.
I still haven't gone with her. She was trying to get me to go with her to like a sex party.
Little Nicole.
Yeah.
I see you as
I'm
little
curious.
Nicole.
I'm curious.
She told me there's
You
a
need to be
form of
careful.
torture where they will tie you up and compliment you. It's called compliment torture.
That would be
Wow.
torture for me.
Me too.
That would
Wow.
absolutely. be
I
torture.
wouldn't be able to hang with that.
Can we compliment torture Brian right now?
Oh,
It won't. It'll be
I-
phony. It's
I-
too. I think my walls are good right now.
Well, did what I just did seem genuine?
We'll
No.
find out
Oh,
at the
okay.
BDSM. We'll find out
Because you're paying me to be here right now, and I'm working for you. Then like I can't. There's no way I can be living in your head
yeah.
as an employee.
Still be living.
No CEO comes down to like a burger flipper and is like, God, I really hope this guy thinks I'm cool.
Do you guys have this thing where, like we're out here in LA and we have friends in high places, right?
Yes.
But do you ever get to a point where you're like, oh my God, if I don't make it, is this person gonna stay my friend?
Oh, I've lost a lot of friends in success because it's just busy, different atmospheres.
I know the busyness, but also, do they lose respect for you because you haven't made it as far as they have?
Well, I think about that too. I think like sometimes I'm like, oh, are people my friend because they think I'm gonna be somebody, and then like if I'm not somebody, then they're gonna they're not gonna like care, you know? Yeah, I do think about that, but like I also am like, well, if they are like that, then fuck them. Like,
I mean, that's logical,
yeah.
But my brain doesn't do that. I'm like, I gotta make it, or else I'm gonna lose my friend.
Dude, I categorize my comedian friends as my friends in comedy.
Yeah.
And then I got my outside of comedy friends, my real friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I once brought up Preacher Lawson because we're very close. And I once brought him up as one of my best friends in comedy. And this has got to have been 6 years ago. I got a text 3 days ago about that. He goes, hey, I know I'm only one of your comedian friends, but can you give me a call? I have a question. He will never forget it. Every day, every time I talk to him, he's like, I know we're just like comedy friends, but
see, Preacher's the type to bring it up again. He's a sober guy, like yeah.
I get making that distinction, not just because of like the whole like trusting that they are your friends for certain reasons or whatever, but also just like, you know, there's people you knew way before you ever started comedy, and it almost feels like an insult to those people to be like, this is one of my best friends. So you just have to classify like in comedy.
It also was an intro at a show. What are you talking about? Like, it wasn't a wedding toast. Relax.
Preacher, you are one of my best friends in comedy. And I just want to wish you and your wife.
Relax.
When Preacher met me, he called me like 4 different white girl names before he actually got to my real name. I don't know if and I honestly don't know if he was doing it as a bit or not.
No, he probably wasn't.
Yeah.
He really probably wasn't.
Yeah.
He called me Ashley, Brittany.
He does little stuff where like you can't get mad at him because he has such a friendly face. But I remember I was at the Comedy Store and like, you know, he was one of the people on the show, and I was like one of the people that were just gonna go up, you know what I'm saying, before the show or whatever. And I was like, what's the lineup? And he was like, what you need a lineup for? You going up before everybody that's actually on the show. Well, damn. He was right.
I love that.
Yeah. No, he'll say things and I'm like, are you serious? Or are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
Great guy. He also used to sneak up behind me and scare me a lot. And I'm like, you can't do that at night in LA on the street. Like I'd be like feeding the street meter. It wouldn't even be like in the comedy club. Like I'd be out feeding my meter and he would like come out and like be like, boo. And I'm like, you can't. I am a 24-year-old woman on the street in Hollywood. You cannot do that to me.
Does anybody have that friend that tries to take the wind out of their sails immediately after they have a good set like that? Like my friend Paul Palmieri,
my dad
would like, I would have a crusher set, and immediately after I would walk in, he would pretend like he just walked in, and he would go, "Did you go up?"
Classic.
Like, you son of a bitch.
I did that last night to my friend Jeff. He went up at the Comedy Store and we happened to be standing where the show was letting out. And I was like, every time somebody doesn't say good set to you, it makes me feel like you bombed. I feel like you're full of shit. I feel like you're a lie. Because people were like walking out, like 1 out of 8 would be like, good set.
Good set,
Yeah. And then other people walk by and I was like, that was 7. That's a 1 out of 8. That's pretty bad.
That's so funny. But I can't stand when people say good set.
Oh
when
my God.
If I had I have to think that I had a killer fucking set, which has maybe happened no times in my career. But like I get mad when people say good set because I know that they're not, again, I know they're not patronizing me. But is it patronizing? Patronizing?
What, like, you know the
Patronizing.
difference between like a good set and like if you had a really good set, people just kind of like make a noise. They're like, woo,
Yeah.
dude, fuck.
Yeah.
They'll just like throw weird noises at you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or they'll be like they'll come to fist bump you and they'll be like a face like
Yep. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
you mangled that
Yeah.
stage.
Well, what happens is when there's a line of people, the first two people mean it, and then it becomes an obligation for everybody
For
else.
everybody
That's
else.
what
You're
I don't
saying.
like.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. I don't
Yeah.
like that people feel like it's an obligation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, that if you tell them good set that they feel like they have to say you too, it's
Yeah.
like, don't do that.
Well,
Yeah, but I
because
do that.
here's the problem: we've all said good set when we didn't mean good
but
set.
if
So
you-
now
I
the
hate
currency
it.
has been.
But if you didn't see them go up, don't do it, because I said it to someone a long time ago, and I was like, "Hey, good set," and they were like, "Yeah, you had a great set too," and I had not gone up yet. I was like,
Dude, one time I told Joe Bartnick, we did a show together, I told him he crushed. And I didn't watch a second of it. And then later on, we went out to eat or whatever, and it was like an Italian food, and he was like, "Oh man, my mom makes way better Italian food." I go, "You're Italian?" He goes, "You must have not watched any of my set the other night," because he's like, about 30 minutes of it is about growing up Italian.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't watch any of it."
I'm getting to the point now, like you said, when you feel like people are making fun of you. If I have a mediocre set and someone's like, "Great set," I want to be like, "Fuck you too." Like, I feel like you're lying to me and making fun of me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I really feel like
And
something's going on.
I talked about this on this podcast too. I used to feel that way, or I still feel that way, but when like people would like ask me out or flirt with
Mhm.
me, I thought they were like making fun of me.
Really?
Yeah.
But I
You're-
can
Are
see-
you in therapy?
Yes.
Okay.
I am now. I
I
am
can see
now.
you
I
having
need
a
to
great set to somebody, and it because you push the boundaries and you like are a little different from other comedians,
Mhm.
and so I could see it like not being explosive, but it also being great to the few people who get it,
Yeah.
which is also the best kind of comic.
It
to
is.
be.
It is
Yeah.
weird. Like sometimes I will see a comic go up and they are making me laugh so hard, but for some reason they just aren't connecting with the audience. And like I want to tell, because I'll tell them like I thought you were so funny, and I'm afraid that they're gonna think that I'm just like trying to make them feel better. When I'm like,
Yeah.
no, for real, like that was really fucking funny.
Mhm.
Like you know,
Yeah. Oh, it happens a lot. A lot of
Yeah.
my favorite comics don't do very well.
yeah.
a lot of them.
Hilarious.
Yeah, they just don't.
That's
Yeah, I
funny.
don't know why
Yeah.
that is. Because I feel that way too. Like the people that I really like often will not connect, and when they do connect with the crowd, they fucking murder.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
it's like it just has to be
The right.
the
We're
right
also so
kind
deep in
You
it.
would-
Like we need
you would
heroin.
fucking-
You know what I mean?
You guys would fucking hate me then, because I fucking crush every every time.
Like a lot of the comics.
You're
we
right.
don't-
I do hate you.
Yeah, thank
That's,
That's why we were here today.
Yeah.
this is actually an intervention about how much we fucking hate.
Yeah,
you.
Change just how you are. That's
I
what
know.
this
I know.
intervention is.
I said it like an afterthought, like, "Oh, hey, you should stay for the next episode." But no, this was planned the whole time.
Oh, no.
Jill, I think barely knows you, but she fucking.
She just
hates
heard
you.
how awful I was.
I
Yeah,
saw that you followed the account that I didn't get hacked, but somebody put my name and face on an account, a porn account on Instagram, and now they're trying to say that I'm got photos and stuff.
By
out
the
there,
way,
videos.
Is that real?
Isn't that flattering though?
It's so flattering.
Because that
Like-
happened to me. That happened to me about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Someone was using my name in my pictures,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Oh yes, I love to talk to you and like to
Yeah.
people," and like
Uh-huh.
in very broken English, and like it was like a sex thing and like
Mhm.
whatever, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I
They
was
thought that
like,
my
We're
pictures was gonna
sexy
get them,
enough. to-
that was gonna get them like paid.
Yeah, I lost $50 that way.
I have all
Send me
these guys sending me messages like, "Oh shit, I was gonna subscribe." And I'm like, "Don't do it. It's not mine."
Dude, my
It's a
sister.
real confidence
Well,
boost.
I gotta edit that out. A friend of a friend's kid.
Might want to write down the timestamp.
Yeah, we'll write down the timestamp. It's worth holding on for a second here. So a friend of a friend's kid was begging for Instagram. He's 14, and he already had a phone, but his mom was like, "You're not getting on social media. You're too young. You're too young." On his 14th birthday, she let him get Instagram,
Oh.
and within 6 hours, he ran to the phone and goes, "I made a huge mistake," and a bot had found him and asked for dick pics. He had sent within 6 hours. He had sent a dick pic, and then the bot was messaging, if you don't give me $300, I'm going to send these pictures to everybody in your contact list. He was on social media for 6 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I know.
How would that person know who's on their contact list?
Just who they follow.
Oh,
I would be
Yeah,
like,
whoever they're
I've
following.
already sent a dick pic to everybody on my contact list. Go nuts.
Too late.
Well, this kid's mom was like, don't worry, they can't. It's really illegal to send 14-year-old dick pics.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
It's
It's a
14.
baby.
14, yeah.
because I was gonna say that. I was gonna say even if you're not, I was gonna say just say you're underage.
Yeah,
Because then like
No,
that's
it
a
legitimately
fucking
was.
felony.
It was a kid. Yeah. So
Damn.
So he was like,
Wow,
you
I didn't
can't
know.
send it.
I didn't know people did that. That's so
I know
funny.
kids just take dick pics and send them.
But also, like,
okay.
Yeah, you didn't know about bots.
you also
I know.
can't
Yeah.
prove whose dick it is. Like, you know, you could be like, that's not
was
my
his
dick.
face in there too?
I don't know, but I mean, imagine the anxiety of being 14.
That's true.
Yeah,
Within 6 hours, you feel like you've ruined your whole life.
I know.
Oh yeah. Look, if there's anybody who is underage that listens to this podcast, which actually I don't doubt because like my sister's 15 and her friends follow me and shit. Like, I don't know. If you're underage, don't send nudes. And if you do, don't send them with your face in them and only send them to people your age. But yeah, like it's I don't know. And for me at this point, I'm like not scared. Like people are like, what if the cloud gets hacked? I'm like, whatever. If someone's going to leak a nude of mine, fine. I don't give a fuck. Like if someone's going to try and like, I think Whitney Cummings did that. Someone tried to blackmail her.
Mhm.
Like they hacked into the cloud. They got her naked pictures. They tried to blackmail her. And she's like, I'll post it myself.
Dave Letterman style.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're threatening to expose him cheating, and he just went on TV and was like, I cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I'm more afraid of
'Cause
a
fuck
photo
those people.
surfacing of like me without a wax on my face, and I'm just like bushy, no makeup, looking crazy.
Right. No,
I'd rather show my titties all day.
that's what I took because someone was going through the pictures on my phone. I was like, oh, don't do that. And they were like, why do you have nudes? And I was like, worse. I have like, you know, when you start working out and you take progress pictures,
Oh, yeah.
like the before and after, so just you like
Worse.
from the side. It's so much worse. It's like, you're like in your underwear and you're just like, you're just like,
Gotta get rid of that.
it's so embarrassing. Oh man, yeah. If those got out, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Mhm.
I don't know how people, because like people will post those. People will post those to like fitness pages and stuff, and like I'm like, why would you do that?
As long as you have the after.
It's true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
I
You
got
gotta
no.
have the
I got no
after.
after yet.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
I've been
Just
before
a
my whole
life
life.
full of-
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just
a
so walking
lifetime full of before pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
BC.
Even then, though, I don't know if I'd be able to post them.
Yeah.
But you know, some people just don't give a shit.
Yeah, sometimes even the before, I never take a before picture because I still don't want to be like, yeah, look how hideous I can be if I don't do anything to like ward it off constantly, you know?
Also, you know, I had this moment one time when I was like losing a bunch of weight, and I did have like a before picture, and then I remember looking in the mirror and being like, because the reason you take progress pictures because you don't see yourself making the progress because like
Mhm.
it's happening slowly and you don't see like in your own whatever. And so then I remember like looking in the mirror and being like, oh God, like I feel like I've lost all this weight, but I still look fat. Like I'm still fat to me. And then like I went back to the progress picture and I was like, oh fuck, I have made a lot of progress, but also I was way fat. Like I did not know.
You're way fatter than you think you are. No, not right now. I'm saying
Yeah, you are
One
Nicole,
is fatter
you are-
than one thinks they are.
one is fatter than one thinks they are. I remember because I lost some weight during the pandemic, and I went back to like these photos where I thought I was fine. I was like, I'm fine. I'm not even what? I don't even look that size or whatever. I look back at those photos like, oh shit, my titties were like out to here. I was like, God damn. I thought I was like just kind of fat. I was like fat.
Well, I've had both ways. I've
Yeah.
had both ways where like when I was like, whoa, I did not realize I was that fat. And then I've had times where I've looked back at like pictures from when I was younger and
you were
I
fat.
remember thinking I was hideous and
Mhm.
fat. And I was like,
you were perfect.
oh, I looked great. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's happened both ways.
Yep.
We all have some kind of
But like Joe was saying, now today you are so much fatter than you think you are.
You're not better than you think you are.
So much. It's insane how much fatter you are than you think you are.
I do realize that whenever I watch these episodes back. Like, oh, fuck.
Dude, I just made peace with the fact that I love donuts more than looking good.
I mean, you
That's
gotta make
what it
peace.
is.
That's the way to do it. My therapist one time was like, because when I would say, oh, I should do this and I should, she's like, stop saying should, because like say like either you want to or you don't want to.
Mhm.
So like if you are gonna be like, okay, I want to do this, and then do it. If you don't want to do it, just say, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to, like, you know, and don't be like, I should do, like, if you're thinking about all this stuff, you should just admit that you don't want to do it and you'd rather just be.
I work out all the time, but I'm building muscle under fat.
Yeah.
So it looks worse. Yeah, it looks way worse. But I love work. I mean, I love boxing. I box all the time, and I hit tires with sledgehammers, all that shit. I just love donuts too.
See,
Yeah.
you like that. See, you have to figure out what it is that you enjoy doing, and like I like walks and stuff like that. Like walks are the things that I know I can do, but I'm not gonna go to the gym. Like, I mean, if I go to the gym, I'm intentionally trying to lose a certain amount of weight.
Yeah.
But on a regular basis, like I just like walking, so I could go on an hour walk.
Yeah.
And then that's fucking it. I'm not gonna run in the sun like white people.
Ain't
that what y'all do?
I don't run. I hate.
Yes. Some of us do.
Answer me.
Were you about to say you're asking the wrong girl? Fuck you. No, I hate cardio. I hate cardio, but like I did start like doing like weight stuff because I want a bigger butt.
Oh yes.
I want a bigger
I feel
butt.
you.
So I'm doing more like trying to squat heavier weights and stuff.
Let's pretend we all know what a Kenyan is too, though. It's not just white people run in the sun. All right.
But they do it for sport. White people just do it in the morning.
Yeah.
They just wake up and run.
It's part of their daily routine.
That's true. They're setting world records.
It's very different.
Yeah, it is very.
I will never understand people who get up at like 4 a.m., go for a run. Like that'll just.
You mean
always
happy people?
I was gonna say, I was like, it might just be like, you know, people with a good brain.
Do you think that they're happy?
I think if they don't, they're not.
See?
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. I think that it's like I think you find things that you have to do in order to not let the darkness take over.
Yeah.
And we all find different things.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's
heroin.
Yeah, for real. Or cheesecake for me. When I have a panic attack, I swallow a cheesecake like an aspirin, and then I get into a coma and knock out.
Cheesecake is my favorite dessert. I fucking love cheesecake.
What
Yeah.
kind? I don't like cheesecake.
Oh man, really?
I don't.
New
I
York
love
cheesecake,
I love
plain.
cheesecake and I
Oh,
love
not
you got to go just plain. Plain cheesecake.
Yeah, it's not plain though. It just doesn't have the
Nothing on
berry
it.
syrup.
It's cheesecake
whatever.
flavored. Yeah. You got
Cheesecake. Cheesecake.
Plain is a
Got
very
it,
rude
got it,
word
okay.
for what a plain cheesecake is.
you got to really taste the cheesecake. because you like that is a flavor. You can get ice cream that is cheesecake
Yeah.
flavored,
Okay.
or like frozen yogurt.
Can I get a cheesecake? What flavor? Cheesecake.
The hell did I just say?
What the fuck do you mean?
I like wafers.
Like Nilla
Like
wafers?
no, I
Communion?
no. You know, like the cookie wafers that have the
cream in the
sections,
middle?
the cream.
Yes.
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
those are good.
sections.
I had
like,
one
you
last
know,
night.
Yes.
those
Hazelnut.
types.
I
Yeah.
love those.
Does that include like a nutty bar situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love a
Okay.
nut.
I love. I love those, but they also like I'll get them at like because they are at gas stations all
Yeah.
the time, and I'll always get them when I'm like driving far, and it like is a little treat for driving far. I love how I'm miming like a little treat for driving far.
You're Sebastian Maniscalco.
Sebastian's so funny.
I know.
I wish I knew that guy.
But like it just gets everywhere. It gets everywhere. It gets crumbs all over the
it
car.
does. It gets
Yeah.
everywhere.
You know,
I wish I opened the floodgates on eating in my car. I wish I could change who I am.
my car's fucking
Yeah.
disgusting.
Is it?
I have. Oh my god, my worst nightmare is when like last
Can I get a
minute.
ride?
Yeah, last minute when people don't, because like I'm not gonna say no, but like also
Mhm.
fuck. I think yeah. when it happened with my boyfriend's mom the first time I met her.
Oh,
My boyfriend was like, "Oh, let's give her a ride," and I was like, "No."
Oh yeah.
I can't say no. Like I can't be like, "No, we can't." But like I was like, "Oh fuck." She was so put together too. Like she was like, one
You
of
got
the-
like apple cores and McDonald's wrappers
Yep.
down at the base.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, awful.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's got like a musty smell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, yeah, even if I clean it, it's still got that like must, you know?
You got to pay for a detail because
Yeah.
that's what I did when I detailed my car. It's like
Uh-huh.
kind of expensive. You
Is
know,
it like $500?
No.
Oh.
It's just enough to make you not want to trash it again for a little while. It's like
Yeah.
$100.
100 something.
Yeah.
My brother is he details cars, and he's like, basically, I'm giving him promotion. My little brother details cars in Denver. He's on the corner of, no, I'm just kidding. But he gets paid a lot. He like does it independently.
Oh, okay.
He bought all of the stuff to like detail cars and stuff.
Does
I
he
do-
come to you?
Yeah, he'll come to you.
Yeah.
He'll come to you.
I do want to get that done, but then I would have to first spend hours taking all the shit out.
Detailing it yourself.
Yeah, I've got like clothes in there. I've got like, you know, like when you just drive a lot and you like do like road gigs like 3 hours away, 4 hours away, you know, like whatever. It's just like, you know, I'm changing in my car, I'm eating in my car, I've got water bottles everywhere.
Your finger
it's-
blasting in there. You're
Yeah.
doing everything
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
She literally talked about that last week.
Yep.
Is that happening? Is that happening in vehicles?
I don't know.
Well, it's so funny because I remember for some reason, I don't know if it's still a thing or if it was always a thing, but I remember specifically when I first started doing comedy, so many guys would get up on stage. That was like the number one kind of hack bit that I saw was guys getting up on stage and talking about masturbating in the car and like saying that like, oh, that's how horny dudes are, is that they'll like masturbate while driving. And I'm like, I do that.
Or that's just how they have roommates or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like sometimes just that's the only place you're alone.
I know. Or on the bathroom
Also,
floor.
Yeah.
I think because I think because the first time like a guy reached over and started doing it while I was driving, I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I was like, wait, driving's boring. I could just be doing this all the like I could be like having a good time.
And you did
Now-
explain last episode that you had like 17 car
Yeah.
accidents. Yeah. Just jerking off into telephone
Now we
poles.
know.
Yeah. Well, you know, don't masturbate and drive, but do. It's fun. Driving's boring. You gotta entertain yourself somehow. I love how I taught also because I do get so anxious driving. That's a stress reliever.
Well, it's kind of like that, like autoerotic asphyxiation thing,
Right.
with that fear of
Being
death. You're
scared.
like that heightened.
Which, by the way, I said this in I think, did I say this in the last episode that I performed in like a place that looked like a murder house, and that it looks like the setting of the porn I watch. Like I love that shit. I love the dangerous stuff.
Yeah, those don't tell shows are in hilarious venues.
They really
Do you ever
are.
do those?
I
They're so
want to
great.
do it. Somebody book me from there. I've been trying
Yeah.
to get booked on that show for a while.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't get it.
I'll give your name to the guy that I did yesterday. But
Give my name to Guy.
I'll give the name to the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, they're always in the weirdest places where it's
They're-
like I
it's
think
so
the last
fun,
one it was
though.
in like a WeWork,
Yeah.
like lunchroom, like
my-
the break room of a WeWork.
For some reason, like most of the times I've done it, it's been in a gym. It's been in like a
Yeah, I did the downtown LA one. I did in a gym,
yeah.
like a CrossFit gym.
The downtown
Yeah.
LA one, and then also in La Jolla, a couple of them were in like gyms, and then a couple of them have just been like in outdoor venues, like someone's backyard or some shit. Like I don't know, they're
Yeah.
weird, but they're so fun.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
if you are a comedy fan, they're everywhere. Don't Tell
They're all over
Comedy.
the world.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
over the place.
They are.
Look
they got
up-
good video.
Look
too.
up Don't Tell Comedy, and they probably have it in your city. And it's just like they have it in the weirdest fucking places,
Mhm.
and they don't disclose the lineup. Like they don't, and they're just like they're so fun. And yeah, they're in just the weirdest places. And I think the place that I did it last night was like an old metal shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm doing one in Austin on next Saturday.
Oh,
great.
nice.
Yeah.
Do you go to Austin a lot?
No, this is my first time doing comedy there.
Oh, wow.
I hate
I've
it
been there a couple times with other stuff, but not comedy.
I hate it
Why
there.
do you hate it there?
I'm not a big fan.
It's humid.
Oh,
It's like gross. I've never had a good time there.
what about the comedy scene?
It's
I hate the air there.
the comedy
is
scene was
heavy.
fine. There were some shows that were like really fun. But there were also ones where I was like, I hate everyone in here. You know, like because Austin is like the LA of Texas. Like it's I feel like it's where all the shitheads kind of gravitate to, and then like it's also like very, I don't know. It's just like
I do love a city that has the same traffic as LA, but there's still nothing to do.
yeah, right.
It has like
I know where
LA
you're going,
traffic.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's like barely anything to do.
Wow.
It's just I don't get. I mean, forgive me if you. I actually know that I do have listeners that live in Austin, and I'm sorry. The place you live sucks. I don't think you suck, but I think the place you live sucks.
Well, it's kind of like if you took the things that annoy you from LA and the things that annoy you from Portland and put them in a city in
Yes.
Texas.
Yes.
And you're like, fuck that town.
Yeah.
Damn.
Absolutely. Yep.
Comedy scene's good though.
Comedy scene's great.
Yeah,
You should
look.
go.
Yeah,
I'll be at
I did get some good stage time out there. I
Yeah,
will say
great
that.
city, great town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be
Great.
kayaking down a river there, I guess.
Really?
That's what
Are you really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had rivers.
That made you need to drink?
Your listeners are probably like, why is this bitch drinking a bottle of wine? It only had a little bit in here, y'all.
Yesterday in the old, because those, but also those Don't Tell comedy shows, they're BYOB, and like mostly people will bring like beers and shit. And yesterday in this old metal shop that looked like, yeah, like just someone's basement that they keep people in, like one girl just had like brought a full glass, like a literal glass of wine. Like, she had a full bottle and brought a wine glass and was just pouring herself Pinot Noir.
Wow.
In just like a fucking basement.
Yes, we would have been friends.
I think they
love-
have rubber ones that fold up to like this size, and then you like open them and then it like unfolds into a wine cup. Like a magician. Probably Denver. Probably came from Denver. I feel like
It seems like
that seems like an
huh?
outdoorsy mountain type of person would have that.
Yeah,
Have you ever thrown up wet red wine?
I'm sure.
It's fun. It looks like it feels like you're in the
Blood.
Exorcist. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you're like throwing up fucking red shit. It's pretty cool.
Is wine your drink of choice?
Right now, wine and like beer, no hard alcohols unless I'm at the Comedy Store. And that's it, you know.
Why no?
Sure.
Is there a reason no hard alcohol?
It just makes you look bad. It makes your skin all fucked
Like
up.
dries you out?
Yeah.
Interesting. And wine and beer doesn't.
Well,
What?
you can't overdo anything,
Mhm.
but the wine and beer is less like harsh on your body. I mean, stay away from the beer as much, but the wine is like, and
I
drink a couple glasses of wine a day. You're good.
Yeah. I'm at a point now where like if I drink more than 2 drinks,
Mm-hmm.
the next day I'm sad.
It's a depressant.
And
It
like
is.
I'm so sad. And I realize that, and it's making me so angry because I like to drink.
Yeah.
I really like to drink, but I'm like, it makes me so sad.
Yeah.
And also now hangovers are like a huge thing for me.
Mhm.
And like, I just need the whole next day to not do anything and cry. And I just can't do that.
I know.
I feel like I now have to limit myself to 1 or 2 drinks, and that makes me sad and I feel old.
Well, it is an old issue.
Yeah. Well, yes, you can't drink anymore because your eggs are dried up, and
You're still so young, though,
know.
Nicole.
I know they were telling me the opposite last episode, but
You're not even 30 yet, are you?
I'm not. No, but I was
She's knocking on 30's door though.
I was
on.
I was told no, I just turned 29. I was told in my acting class, so one person said Midwestern mom. And I was very offended by that. I was like, you're calling me fat and old.
Oh, damn.
But it's okay.
I knew you were in acting class.
I am.
No, I knew you were. I could tell.
Why?
by the way that you were complimenting him. It looked real. It looked like you've been acting.
Yeah.
I'm not. That was just. I know how to lie to people.
Yeah, but you kept your composure. You're a great liar. You're
So
fucking
much.
great.
You're seriously dishonest.
I'm
You really
actually
are.
not. I
Untrustworthy.
just could be if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I was as a kid, and I talked about this, but I was a huge liar as a kid. I just
Mhm.
wanted attention.
Plus,
Yeah.
nothing's
Lie
happened
at
to you yet.
school?
Yeah, I lied all the time. Nothing
Me
happened
too.
yet.
Yeah, I lied
Me
at
too.
school.
Gotta
That's
make up
what it
a
was.
life.
I lied at
I
school all the
lied
time.
about being in a relationship with this guy
Mhm.
in high school. And I would tell my friends that we were in a full-blown relationship. The stories I had, no
Was he
I'm
a
a
guy that
writer.
went
I'm a
to your
writer
high
now,
school?
and it makes sense. Yes, and he
Yeah.
went to the school. I'm
So,
like, somebody's he's
people
gonna
could
figure out.
corroborate
Yeah.
your story. Like people could.
I don't know.
You got to do the whole. He goes to a different
You
school
picked a
thing.
guy from your school. That's
a guy
hilarious.
from that we see every day, and like
That's bold.
it is bold.
That is what a good liar does, though.
Yeah,
You got to be bold to be a good liar. Because if you say they go to a different school, you got to commit to your choices.
you gotta.
You gotta be like,
gotta
So
make up
if
their
somebody
name.
confronts him and he says that he's not in a relationship with you, you can be like, "That's because he wants to cheat."
yeah, you could be like, what
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
he
he
said
did.
what?
He did. No, when he went to college,
Mhm.
he was a senior, and I told all those lies when I was like a junior.
Mhm.
I told so many lies on this kid. When he went to college, one of my homegirls went to college with him
Mhm.
and told him everything I said, every single thing. And then it was so embarrassing. He sent me a text and he was like, "Hey, so I was talking to so and so, and they said that you and me been together." And I was like, "Oh, you know when you're young and stupid." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I never said that. I didn't say that." And I just, I lied again.
You
And I,
should.
was like, I gotta stop
Lie
lying.
in, lie out.
Lie in, lie out. Like,
You
I just started writing. I was like, I gotta, put this into some better.
honestly, you should have been like, yeah, I did, like, but only because I thought you were that cute and whatever. Anyway, you want to fuck.
I just panicked because
Yeah.
I was going in, like I was saying stories. Like I didn't say that he abused me or anything, but it was close. I was like, he left me. He left me and went to college. He even choked me a little bit. They was like, really?
You all are treacherous creatures.
I was fucked up as a
Treacherous.
kid, yeah.
Women are scary.
Women are scary. When your brain is not developed as a woman and you're
Yeah.
doing stuff like that, you have no idea that you could be fucking someone's life up.
Yeah.
I'd rather just
You're
get
just
beat
like,
up. Like, you know?
Well, that's the thing. I think it's like something that is almost a survival skill for us, because like we have to learn to, because I've been watching, which you guys are going to be like, this show fucking ended 20 years ago, but I am so into Lost right now. And there was like a scene where like, this guy was calling his sister useless. He was like, "You're not doing anything. You're fucking useless." And she was like, I'll catch a fish." And he was like, "You don't know how to catch a fish." And she was like, "I'll catch a fish. I'll catch a." And so he's like, "Whatever." And then he walks away. And then she goes and like flirts with the guy to get him to catch a fish for him. And then I'm like, yeah,
She caught a fish.
she caught a fish.
I see what you're saying.
It counts because, like, we had to learn to manipulate men to get them to do shit for us because they wouldn't let us do anything. And so we had to be like, okay, how do I manipulate you?
And
to
now I'm
do
back
it
on
for
Deshaun
me.
Watson's side.
I'm
You know
not
that-
I take back.
I'm not saying I do this. I'm just saying I get when people do.
I think that Amber Heard is a great example of how women ain't shit sometimes.
I thought you were going to say, I think Amber Heard is a great woman.
I think she's a
She's one of the greats, one of the greats. She really did us proud. Look, I don't know what the deal with all that is. I was super like on the whole, like, yeah, fuck Amber Heard train.
Mhm.
And then some people like posted some stuff that made me feel like that I might be wrong for that, and that I might be a bad feminist for that. I don't know.
You're not a bad feminist for that. What was it? Defamation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that count? Doesn't that make sense? You can say something about anybody, whether
Yeah.
you're a man or a woman.
But
And,
but it was that like she was saying that she was being abused, and people were like, "You're a liar," and then like it
wasn't she lying
It's-
though?
Is that the case, or do people just really like Johnny Depp?
I don't know.
It's a good
Johnny Depp
question.
now.
But he also
He is like
has.
an old
Yeah,
fart.
He also has so. I feel like he probably has so much more money and like can get such better. Her lawyers were terrible.
I thought he was broke. I thought he spent like $100 million a day on bullshit. Like, wasn't he like
Really?
notoriously one of the worst
Oh, I don't know.
spenders? I thought he was like had like 9 houses that he like
Well,
were
he's
fully
getting.
staffed.
Well, he's
Like,
getting
Probably
50
sold some
million
more
now.
houses.
yeah.
What we do know is that if like a quarter of what they said was true about the other person,
Mhm.
that they are both very, very damaged people.
Yeah,
That
they're
they
Well,
are
I
both,
think
like,
that's the case.
super unhealthy.
I
Yeah.
think it was a super toxic relationship,
Mhm.
and I do think that's the case. And I think they abused each other.
Mhm.
I really
Which
do.
is what
I
happens.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I will say this though. I think that sometimes like the Amber Heards of the world think that they can just say whatever they want to say and get away with it.
And in a lot of cases they can.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah.
like her losing
Because
was
of
like,
social
yeah.
media now, and like anyone can kind of like come out with an article,
Mhm.
like, and it's just it sucks. It
Women
sucks.
gotta lose sometimes, y'all.
They
I'm just gonna let him roll. Keep going, ladies. Here we go.
no, look, like, and I think that it's disgusting that for a long time women were not heard, and we're not. But like,
We're not Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Got her.
But I think, and I think it's great now that is changing. But I also think that it makes us look bad when it's someone like that. Is,
I always feel like that's the worst part. I mean, this is me projecting because I come from the least marginalized possible demographic, but I always feel like that's the worst part about being in like a marginalized group is that you have to worry about what other people are doing and how it
you're like,
reflects on
damn
you.
it, you're fucking
Yeah,
making us look
that's true.
bad,
That's
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Harvey Weinstein does his shit, I'm
Totally.
not like, man, we look bad now.
man.
Oh no, I do that. I do that all the time.
Well,
I do that
that's-
all the time with white people. I'm like,
Really?
oh man, that's making white people look off. Like,
I never think
like
that
whenever
way.
a crime happens,
Good to know. I didn't-
whenever a crime happens against a black
I
person,
guess-
I'm like, please let a black person have done it because
That's what we
I
do.
I
guess-
do the same thing.
I guess when someone's like racist, I think like, oh, please don't think we're all like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Totally.
just never had that pressure.
I understand. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder if you feel like you have the pressure. That's why when you said that, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh shit,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I do.
I also
I don't know
try to
what he's
treat other
talking
people the
about.
same way. Where I'm like, you're an asshole. You, as a one
Yeah,
person,
you
you
Right.
are an asshole.
Yeah, because we know instinctively, like,
yeah.
as rational people, we're not going to see one of anything and be like, well, that's how they all are. But
Mhm.
like, there are irrational people like that,
Yes.
like who will see, one unfunny woman and be like, women aren't funny, like, or
what I say.
Yeah.
These bitches aren't funny.
I do have I have a lot of stereotypes floating around in my head though. Like I know that in Costco, if I don't close the distance very tight between me and the person in front of me in line, an Asian person will get in front of me. That will happen every time.
That's what happens
These are
with,
things that I've learned.
With older Latino women,
Yeah.
they do that to me in lines. I don't know why.
If you don't get real tight,
They will scoot
Just-
the fuck in
yeah,
front of me. Like,
right
I
in
don't
front of
know
you.
what it is about me.
here's the one stereotype I know, because I used to work at Starbucks. An older Mexican man will always order a caramel frappuccino. Look, and if you want to cancel me for that, then cancel
you can
me.
make them feel real good by being a regular caramel frappuccino, and they're like, "How'd you know? I feel like this is my home shop."
I
now."
did.
Mhm.
I got to a point where I could usually predict what someone was going to order when
What-
they
what
walked
am I
through
ordering?
the door. I don't know what the fuck you would order. I don't know.
Really?
Black coffee.
I was about to say black coffee.
Americano black.
Yeah.
I was about to say espresso or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The espresso is Americano black. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can we wait? So, what would I order?
Hold on, I got this.
Okay.
A regular coffee with cream.
Vanilla latte.
Regular coffee black.
Oh, regular coffee black.
Yeah.
Okay,
I do
so
the
white men-
espresso because I'm a little more worldly.
So white men Black coffee.
Well, let's wait. Well, now let's. Okay.
No, it's not about a white man thing. It's about how I've just been poor my whole life. I hate making people do anything extra.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I don't even want to make you put cream in my drink.
Oh,
Because I've had so many shitty jobs my whole life. I want the simplest order ever.
That was my favorite when someone. That was my favorite when someone would just order a black coffee.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
It was just like
dump
wet,
this shit into a
and
cup
then-
and I'll be on my way.
What do you
Yeah.
think I would drink?
What did I think?
I'm gonna give you a hint.
Okay.
I don't fuck with coffee.
You
So
don't
what
fuck
would I
with
get?
coffee?
Mm-hmm.
At a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. But I would still go to a Starbucks. What would I get?
Strawberry lemonade.
No.
I
just realized
like one of those chocolate chip frappuccinos.
no.
Ooh,
That's
this
one of
is
those
not
little-
good.
I guess I'm not good at this anymore.
Chai.
Oh,
What do
chai.
love
Isn't this a
chai?
chai hairdo? Come
I was gonna
on.
say chai.
I'm not good at this.
It is a
anymore.
chai scarf
Thank you.
for sure. That's a chai scarf.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chai with cream.
Mm,
Almond cream.
yeah.
I like an oat
Yeah.
milk chai latte.
Oh, every hot girl, it was like soy milk or almond milk.
Yeah.
Every hot girl.
They don't want to fart. They don't want to
Soy-
fart out here.
Dude, soy can make you super gassy, I feel like.
I don't
right?
really do soy, so I wouldn't know.
I don't, because I've heard like horror stories about, actually just one horror story about someone realizing that like they went crazy like mentally, and then when they stopped eating soy,
Mm-hmm.
they weren't crazy anymore. And I don't know if his like brain was allergic to it or whatever. But
Soy made him crazy?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Soy's in everything though. You
Well-
think you don't fuck with soy, but it's in
Yeah.
It is in
everything.
everything.
Well, he's all.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. He and yeah, that scared me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. If
Sounds
any,
like meat industry
Was he vegan or
propaganda.
something?
if anything is going to fuck with my mental health, I'm not touching it. I can't,
So you don't take
except
birth
alcohol.
control.
I don't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
talked
don't
about
take
that.
birth
She's
control,
a gambling
and
woman,
I
as she
don't
said.
use condoms.
So, Be careful, girl.
Pull out method. Yeah, I
Be
know.
careful.
I know. That's why I said I hope I'm just infertile.
No, it's gonna be when you least expect it. Somebody's gonna fucking pop a baby in you. You're
Don't
never
say
gonna
that.
know.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry, but it happened to me. It happened to me. I'm just like you. I
mean-
gambled.
I'm just like, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So like, if it hasn't happened by now,
Think about getting the IUD. The
doesn't that hurt?
IUD.
Doesn't
Yeah.
that hurt like hell though?
They put it in your arm.
I thought they put it.
I thought they put it. in your
No, they got a
pussy.
lot of stuff they put up you, but
Mhm.
don't do those.
Is that
There's
that's the
one
one
that
you
in
can
your
kind of like
arm.
feel, right?
There's
Like
one
you
that they
can-
put in your arm.
What is it? How does that work?
I don't know how it works.
I don't
but
think
they-
that's called an IUD, because I think IUD stands for like intrauterine.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
But
Dumpster.
But get that shit they put in your arm.
But yeah,
Whatever it
I
is,
do
get
have the
that shit.
arm one. Well, like with how long does it last?
It's lasts like up to 3 years, and it's the least amount of hormones because I can't fuck with hormones and all the imbalances and all that stuff.
What are all
like,
these products called? I'm trying to Google it. What do you profile? No,
you mean
contraception.
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 Yeah.
I'm gonna look this
pussy
up.
ruiner? No, I'm just kidding.
No, because you're right. And honestly, I'm here's the thing. Like I
Next planning.
Nexplanon.
Part of
That's what
me-
it is.
look,
What does it say?
I feel like, because I have been in relationships with people where I'm like, I don't want kids and you don't want kids, and they're like, well, why don't you go on birth control? And I'm like, why don't you get a fucking vasectomy?
Yeah. Guys
like,
that don't want kids, get a vasectomy.
if you know that you don't want kids, get a vasectomy. Like, because here's the thing. I used to say, if I could get my tubes tied right now, I would, and no doctor would do it. No,
it's not reversible.
it's not
And
reversible,
you're too young.
and they won't do it if you're young and you haven't had kids.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because they have this like, oh, you might change your mind and
Mhm.
whatever, and then I get sued, or I don't know why they're against it, but they won't do it. But like men, I think
Vasectomies are reversible.
do
It's
it.
a rubber band,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
they'll do it.
Yeah.
And like, it just, if that's like a thing that you can do, then why? And we can just, then we can have a grand old time, and you can nut in me, and we don't have to worry about it.
And you know you want to nut in me.
Yeah.
So why don't you?
And it doesn't fuck with my mental health, and like, you know.
The arm thing's a hormone. I hate to break it to you.
What's a hormone?
The arm thing. Nexplanon.
It is, but it's not that. It's the least amount.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a low.
That goes into your body. It goes into your body spread out through 3 years, rather than like if you get a shot and it fucking is full of hormones.
Yeah.
They're just shooting you up with
I
hormones.
did hear there's like now in birth control that there is like low hormone options.
Yeah. I have to do the low ones, man. I can't. No.
Nope.
No.
It'll stop your period.
Yeah, don't we all want that?
It will?
It's a common side effect that your periods stop.
Which is fine. Fuck those.
Yeah, seems fine to me. I wouldn't want one.
Yeah.
I actually
You just want to bleed out of your ass?
It's not the period. It's not the I think it would be out of their dick.
Every
Out of
morning.
the tip of their dick.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not bleeding out of our ass.
You're not bleeding. I'm just kidding.
I think you have hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
I'm putting a tampon up there.
Oh, my period came back. I have to sit on a donut because my period came back.
I had to sit on a BBL pillow. I had no idea.
No, but yeah, it's not the actual like bleeding that bothers me. It's all the symptoms.
Yeah,
of
all
it.
the stuff connected to it.
Because I'm very lucky. Mine lasts like 3 days and then it's like gone. But
Damn, you are lucky.
but for 2 weeks before that, my life is hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
Nipples.
extra emotional.
Oh.
Nipples? What do you mean nipples?
Nipples hurt. Like your nipples hurt. You like bloated. Like you like hate
Yeah.
everybody.
Your skin, you're like
Skin starts breaking
you feel
out.
disgusting. You're like
All that I've heard. I never heard the nipple thing.
Oh yeah, your nipples hurt real bad.
I don't have
Is it
that
like an
problem.
achy nipple?
You don't have problems with your nipples hurting?
No, but I have cramps real bad.
I got good nipples and they be hurting.
I
Like they just hurt or they're tender to touch?
Tender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tender.
They're not just sitting there hurting.
No, yes, they do get like
They
sensitive.
get
They get
super sensitive. Yeah.
And yeah, like you get really bad cramps. They hurt like fucking hell. And it just like it, but for me, it's mostly the emotional stuff. Like I have to double my antidepressants the week before.
Damn.
Yeah, emotions. But the nipples, when they like, is it like the bra is
Rubbing up
offensive
against
to the?
it.
Yeah.
You get like
Yeah,
a marathon
it
runner
hurts.
and tape them.
Yeah, you gotta,
Maybe
they do that.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why I
they
don't
do.
have problems. I never wear bras.
Oh,
I
you
just
never
don't
wear bras?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just don't
Yeah.
wear them. Unless I'm going to the gym, like I wear a sports bra.
Yeah.
But I have no tits, and that is like the one benefit
Mm-hmm.
of not having tits is I don't have to wear a bra.
You just put on a shirt.
I just put on a shirt.
I like
you
how
do.
you're like, yeah, most of my PMS is centralized in my emotions, and you're like, nipples. It's all nipples
Straight
for
up
me.
nipples
Everything
for
else
me.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
I do
My
cry
nipples
a
feel
lot.
awful.
though.
It
I cry
affects
a
my
lot.
brain and my heart, and you're like
Mhm.
my titties. It affects my titties. No, yeah, it's an awful thing. Periods. Why? I don't know.
We're gonna get you some Nexplanon.
What's that?
That's
the
the
arm
thing they
thing.
put in your
That
arm.
sounds like a cult.
It does, but you're gonna get pregnant.
Nexium, right?
No,
Nay.
what Jill said, right?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
Nexplanon.
saying, isn't there a cult called Nexium?
Oh,
I don't know.
there is a cult with that similar name.
I think it's a sex cult.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nexivum. There's a V. Or is that a U?
That's
They're
a
doing
U.
the Roman
Yeah.
thing.
Aw.
Nexium.
Nexium.
Yeah.
Stupid.
stupid.
Sounds like an allergy medicine.
It
I'm here
does.
for the Nexium. Okay, yeah.
I
Right.
do
Yeah.
wonder how
Awesome.
cults pick their names.
Mm.
You
Usually
know?
it's all up to one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes it up.
Yeah.
He just makes up a word.
Would
He
you,
was
do you
like,
have
I
you-
got it, Scientology.
Yeah.
If you had to call it, what would you call it?
I was, for some reason, the first thing that came to mind was oogly boogly, but I don't think that's what I would call it.
Oogly boogly?
Oogly boogly. Oh no, that would be my name. I would be the supreme leader, oogly boogly.
Sure.
Yeah, and it would be I want to say like something strong, you know, it's something with like it would have to be like one syllable because one syllable is like strong, you know.
Cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
The
yours
cult
would be
of-
called.
The cult of cunt.
Yeah. It works. Did you watch that Waco documentary? Or the
I
not the documentary, the reenactment one?
I started to.
The cult leader at one point says the funniest thing where he says he puts his arm on somebody's shoulder and goes, I've assumed the burden of sex for all of you. Because that's fucking every woman in there. It's just such a hilarious way to say it. You know what? I'll take the burden of sex and I'll have sex with all of these women.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness. That's always
Yeah,
that's
thank
always
you.
what cults are.
Yeah.
It's just one guy that starts
Yeah,
fucking everybody.
it's either you gotta fuck the guy or you gotta kill yourself.
Yeah.
And it's you know.
Are there
Usually
any
both.
women
I
cult
would-
leaders? Are there any women who do that? Besides Oprah and Beyonce, like they're not real.
I've
cult
asked
leaders.
that.
Fringe
I've,
weirdo.
Queen Oogly Boogly over
I've
here.
asked that before because I said I wanted to be the first female sex cult leader.
Yeah.
And I wanted to I don't, there's probably been a female cult leader, but probably not a female sex cult leader. And it, like, if you just had like a bunch of hot guys in your sex cult.
According to Vice, there's a few female-led cults.
According to Vice.
Vice,
But
yeah.
Are there women in it or men?
That's what, let me see here. The article is
I
so
feel like-
fucking annoying.
Are
It's-
you, are they including Weight Watchers?
Oh, that lady who's on HBO. They did a story about her on HBO. She's like a weight loss guru who added in Jesus with it, and it was like became a cult. And she made like those women be like, if you don't love Jesus unless you're like skinny.
Weight loss.
Sold.
Why is this so
And all those women were like, she helped me lose so much weight.
Jesus wants you to be snatched
Yeah.
as fuck.
Jesus would like you to be skinny, or he does not love you.
Oh my
It
God.
was like a cut late.
That's a whole different level of eating disorder.
Yeah, it
Jesus
was bad.
Christ.
She died in a plane crash.
I was going to say good, but then I felt bad for saying
It might have been good, honestly. I mean, not
Yeah,
in a way
some-
where you want someone to die
Some
that
people,
way.
it's just the world is better off without
But
them.
honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, no, I wouldn't say most people. I wouldn't say most people. But I'd say a good 5% of people
Mhm.
should die.
Could just go.
Every time you look at a cult leader, you can see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
What
You
is
know?
it? What are you seeing in their eyes?
It's just like evil.
Mm-hmm.
Just a scary evilness. And you can see it right. I bet if you put 5 cult leaders and 5 not cult leaders, you'd be with
Pick
their
out the
eyes, you
cult
can
You'll be
pick
able
out.
to tell who.
Yeah.
Yeah, eyes tell a lot.
Mhm.
You know, there's like who's that Christian guy who's always selling buckets of food, like for Armageddon? Jim Baker.
Colonel Sanders.
I think it's Jim Baker. You can see it in his eyes. It's just like, I'm like, who sees evil's eyes and are drawn to it? I just don't understand. It seems like you have no survival instinct.
What do my eyes tell you?
Sleepy.
I am always tired.
I feel like people
Easy
in,
cult.
I'm a sleepy bitch.
Probably
people
not a
in
lot of
cults-
demands.
people in cults are vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't have nothing else to
Yeah,
do,
that's
or
true.
they're in transition. in
I've
their
always
life.
that's my plan B is to be a
Mhm.
Krishna. Like if
Mm.
comedy doesn't work out, because it seems like they just let you live with them.
Okay.
So I'll just be a Krishna if it doesn't work out.
Is that an Indian thing? Indian
Yeah,
cult? Okay, I
but-
was wondering.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
started in India, but it seems like it's really white.
I also feel
like
like
all things.
Yeah.
I also feel like you could pass as like a quarter Indian. I don't know why.
I didn't think you were full blown white guy.
No,
when
I get
saw
that a
you.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I get
People
that
at
a lot.
Stanford speak Spanish to me sometimes.
I get that a lot too. Oh, I wouldn't say Mexican, but like I just definitely wouldn't say what I get told.
Told Mexican,
I get told like people ask me if I'm Persian a lot.
Persian.
I could see that too.
Yeah,
They're just saying you have a big nose.
thank you.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
You know it's
Aren't
funny.
you Jewish, Nicole? No.
Again. They're saying you have a big nose.
I'm sorry.
I'm with you on that one, Nicole. I got the same thing going on.
You know what's funny is I've gone through so many like levels with it because like I never thought that I had a big nose. That was never a thing. And then I started doing comedy, and every time like a live stream or whatever, people were like, "Damn, it's a big ass nose," and I'm like, "Oh no, I didn't know that my nose was big." And then I was self conscious about it, and now I'm like, you know what? I think big noses are hot. and I don't care.
Yeah.
I actually have a thing for big noses. It's
You
like,
know what? I have met so many guys that
Mhm.
say that,
Mhm.
and I think that too. There's so many girls that I think and guys that I think are hot that have huge noses,
Mhm.
and like I
It's
don't think
because
it's a
the
bad
nose
thing.
goes up. Like when you're eating privates, the nose kind of goes up into your asshole a little bit. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you're,
is that the
if the-
appeal?
If you're 69ing, I
Mhm.
could suck your dick
and fuck you a little bit.
and
Yeah.
and then kind of like just play around with
Yeah,
your
well,
butthole
prostate
a little
play
bit.
with me. Yeah.
I mean, I would really have to be deep throating. Yeah, you'd
I was
really.
thinking that to be more on the balls.
You'd really
You
have
need to be
be
sucking the
Yes,
balls.
Yes,
and then
I
you can-
forgot that there's a
Oh,
balls
okay, yeah,
between
yeah.
the. I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
that there's balls.
Yeah,
between
there's
the
a gas
dicks.
station there.
You're
You
sucking
can
the
stop
balls,
off it.
and so
Sucking the balls, and
So
you're,
the
you're
nose
playing with the.
Is in the
butthole.
ass.
you would have to be
69.
eating a butthole to play with the balls with your nose.
Why can't you?
No, imagine a 69ing.
Oh,
Mhm.
69.
Yeah. And the balls are in your mouth and the asshole's right there. And you're-
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
figured it out,
Okay.
guys.
If my
And
math
I'm
teacher
happy-
could have
I have
explained
your-
geometry this way,
I
I
have
would
your
have.
face in my head, by the way. You're thinking about balls and assholes. Your face.
Wait, are you saying that my face looks like balls and
No,
ass?
no,
You're
I'm not
picturing, or you're picturing my face in
She
balls
was using
and
your
ass.
face to
using
illustrate.
Your face to illustrate what
Yeah.
it means.
Oh yes, so like you're picturing my nose going in the butt,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Seeing how that works.
Is it turning
Mhm.
you on?
A little bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I've come to terms with my big ass nose now. Okay, it's really funny because Kelly Ryan posted the other day that someone commented that she looked like Gru, and that is a comment I've gotten too.
Gru?
From the Minions, the Minions movie, Despicable Me. You're gonna laugh so hard. I've got.
I really highly doubt you look like that.
She doesn't.
I got that comment, and I honestly I thought it was hilarious because it's just so like it's such a ridiculous thing. Baby Gru is pretty cute though. I saw a preview for that the other day. I don't like Despicable Me. It's not a thing that I like.
Okay, take that out of there.
Yeah, I know. It's
Edit
controversial.
that out of there.
I have not seen a Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. Is it good? Wait, I've seen it.
I just think I think the little yellow guys are annoying.
Oh, I see.
The Minions.
Yeah, the Minions.
The Minions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Old
it's,
people
like,
love
weird.
Minion memes.
Do
They
they?
do,
Yeah,
yeah, they
That's their
really
favorite?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend's mom, she got Instagram and all she did was post Minion memes.
Wow. Aw.
Yeah, it's cute. I hate to be the one to cut this, but I got to run to a show.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I was just about to.
Sorry.
Yeah, do
Can
what
I-
you got to
No
do.
problem.
I was the one that was like, yes, the black hoe. I mean, did I call myself a hoe?
You were going to say
I was going to
host?
say host. And then I was like,
the
what?
black
And then
hoe.
it started up and stopped at hoe. Yes, the black
Jill,
guest was late.
where can people follow you? And
Nowhere. I got nothing. No, you can follow me on Instagram. Don't follow the porn one.
Yeah,
It's
don't
just
follow.
the same exact name. at
What's
Jill
the handle?
Chrissie. Jill Chrissie. But both of them say that, I think.
Does one have like
No,
an
one has
underscore
to
or
have-
something?
Okay,
What
well,
else to
just
have,
the
like,
Jill
a-
Chrissie, the real one.
Check
Yeah.
the show notes. I'll tag you in the show notes.
I mean, yours probably has way more followers.
Yeah, wait.
If
way
it's
more-
got
not
like,
that much
if
more,
it's got like, if it's got like 4 followers, it's not Jill.
it's got 14 by now, so I don't know if it's gonna go up or not. But
Damn, 14 people are
14
are
people.
trying to pay to fuck you.
yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that great?
that's fantastic.
Mhm.
Follow the podcast and like, subscribe, and do all that bullshit, and subscribe to the Clips channel. We love you so much. Rate and review. Okay, bye.
Everything hurts, everything hurts. Fucking life sucks, everything hurts.